All right, let's do it again. Let's have an ellipse. So let's make sure we're really comfortable. So I'm going to gather the x terms. So plus 2x, those are nothing to factor out of that one. The y terms, let's factor out the 9. So I get y squared minus 2y. And then this one term, I'm going to move to the other side. All right, so here I'm going to take half of 2 and square it. So I add 1. So I'm going to add 1 to this side. And then here, I'm going to take half of the negative 2 and square it. So I add 1. So I really added 9. So I'm going to add 9 to this side. Oops, I dropped my square, didn't I? Okay, so this is x plus 1 squared, right? This here, this is squared, plus 9 times y minus 1 squared equal 9. All right, so if I divide through by 9, I get x plus 1 squared divided by 9 plus y minus 1 squared equal 1. All right, so my a squared is 9, my b squared is 1, so I can figure out the c squared is 9 minus 1, so that's 8. So c is root 8. And you can do 2 root 2, but I'm just going to leave it as 8. All right, since the larger number is on the well, I didn't say the center. The center is negative 1, 1, right? Negative 1, 1. So let's try to, yeah, that's not quite so good, is it? Okay, so let's do this and this. So negative 1, 1, that's my center. Okay, so since the larger number is under the x-axis, I'm going to be adding and subtracting the a value to this adding and subtracting the a value. Okay, so I'm going to add and subtract the a value of 3 to the x. So my center it starts at negative 1, so I'm going to subtract 3 and then keep the y value the same. I'm going to take the center of negative 1 and I'm going to add 3 and keep the center at the y value of 1. So this gives me a negative 4, 1, and this gives me a 2, 1. So these are the vertices, right, on the oblong sides. So 2, 1, so here, and the negative 4, 1 here, right? So it's like this, like that, right? Okay, so the other vertices, I'm going to be adding and subtracting the value of 1 to the y values, right? So the other vertices, let me just do them down here. So I'd keep the x value the same. So I'd have 1 minus 1, keep the x value the same, 1 plus 1. So this gives me negative 1, 0, and negative 1, 2. So, oh, look at that, negative 1, 0, kind of sort of drew it like that. Negative 1, 2, so there it is up there. So the last step is to go find the foci. Okay, so the foci are going to be taking this the plus or minus root 8, right? So I'm going to take the x value of negative 1 and subtract root 8, keep the y value of 1 the same, take the x value of negative 1 and add root 8 and keep the y value the same. So here and here would be the c value or the focus, whichever you want to call it, the focus.